features the best in local and regional blues music. I'll also play any national blues artist who will be performing in our area, and a blues calendar for that weekend is broadcast at 8:30.
And it is 4 o'clock. I'm Tara Bassett. So glad to have you with us this afternoon on this beautiful Waggin Wednesday. I am so excited to have my friends Elaine Weisberg and Sheila Abramson, along with Ian the dog, who will be our special guest on Waggin Wednesday. And, of course, to kick off our wonderful day, always is Nick Pays A Day in the Life of My Dog.
Nine, the sun is shining and I'm feeling fine. I get up, go downstairs and out the back door in the morning air. Walk around my backyard, smell the flowers, shout at passing cars. I lay down right in the grass, happy not to let this moment pass. Whatever the weather, it's gonna be the best day ever. Whatever the weather, it's gonna be the best day ever. Hey, let's go for a walk. Nothing fancy, just around the block. When we get back, we'll go inside, but maybe later we can take a ride. Whatever the weather, it's gonna be the best day ever. Whatever the weather, it's gonna be the best day ever. Couch and watch TV, and when it's time to go to bed, I'll close my eyes and wait to start again. Whatever the weather, it's gonna be the best day ever. Whatever the weather, it's gonna be the best day ever. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever the weather.
Oh, we love our Nick Pays. The official or unofficial theme song of this wonderful Take It From Tara's Taking You Home Waggin Wednesday. Oh my goodness, we love it. Yeah, we love our Waggin Wednesday.
It's gonna be the best, gonna be.
Awesome. Awesome. How much fun was that? And ladies and gentlemen, you are taking your first peek at Ian the Wonder Dog, and I hope that you can see him because he is truly a sight to behold. I'm enjoying very much having him in the studio with me, and I'm hoping that you are too, because he's just adorable, and there's a great view of him right there. You can see his service vest, you can see his noble profile, and you can see his complete focus. Are you his mother?
I am not his mother.
You're not his mother?
I'm not his mother.
You
I'm
remember
his
that
trainer.
story about the little duck?
Yeah.
Are you my mother? Scoot up a little bit closer to that microphone there.
Okay.
Sheila Abramson Miles is not his mother, but she's his trainer. And Elaine, how did these two get paired up?
Well, Sheila has been a volunteer for us for a number of years, training puppies, almost going what we call leash to leash.
Wow.
So you get one dog placed, and then you get another dog. But Sheila doesn't like the puppy phase as much. So she gets them when they're a little bit older. So we have another volunteer that likes the puppy phase.
Are you saying you don't want to get up and take them out 5 times a night?
I can pass on that. I can find something else to do.
What's wrong with you, Sheila? Have
the
you no
chewing on the
sense of
furniture.
adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, and the chewing. Yeah,
Yeah.
forgot
the
about that.
chewing, the housebreaking, but it's all part of it, and that's, we try to really accommodate our volunteers, and if one likes a certain phase of their dog's beginning and another part to see it through, then so be it.
Of course.
It just takes many volunteers to get our dogs placed.
Oh, it sure does. Now, Sheila, how did you become involved with Paws with Purpose?
I have this friend called Elaine Weisberg who said, "Why don't you help us out?" Sure.
Sucked you right into
She
that
did.
Yes.
chasm. Oh, that's so awesome. I love the fact that you guys have a wonderful cooperative program with the prison. And I
Yes.
want you to go into a little detail about that, Elaine, because a lot of people are not aware of the huge role that is played by the Kentucky State Reformatory.
It's the Kentucky
Correctional
Correctional
Institute.
Institution for Women,
Okay, for
which
women.
is located in Pee Wee Valley.
So tell us a little bit about that cooperative effort between Paws with
Sure.
Purpose and the inmates.
Well, the program actually got started in May or the spring of 2004. We got our first dogs to take out to the prison. And we have puppies. Now we get them when they're 8 weeks old. They're paired with inmate handlers. And they do all of the basic training. And they are with them 24 hours a day.
Oh.
And they have them Monday through Friday. Then we have volunteers like Sheila or the many other volunteers that we have that go out to the correctional institution on Friday, pick them up, and then have them for the weekend to socialize them to all the different things that they can experience in the prison, because service dogs have to be able to go everywhere and they have to know how to be in so many different situations. So
Well, he's just doing very, very well. He's just relaxing and, not worrying too much about anything that's going on. And this is a very scary place for a lot of dogs. There's a lot of equipment. There are a
Yes.
lot of cords. There's a lot of noise. Things are moving a lot. There are strange lights and sounds. And he's very calm. I mean, I'm kind of impressed.
that's one
I'm
of
more
the,
than a little
yeah,
impressed,
that's-
actually.
And that's what we worked for 2 years, to get these dogs in so many different situations, because we don't know where they might end up when they're placed. We don't know what their forever person that they're going to help, where that's going to be. And so that's also part of the placement process. Once we know which dog goes with which person, we work with them in the environment that they'll be living in and working in with that person.
That's pretty cool. And so when someone applies,
Yes.
what's the length of time that it takes to get a dog and a human matched up? And is a human matched up with a dog that has already been prepared for the task, or do they know that it's a puppy and it's going to grow up into being a service animal? I mean, how does that all work?
Well, the dogs are usually about 2 years old when we start to think about placement.
Okay.
Because we want them to get all of their basic skills really solid, their sits, their stays, their downs.
And that's what she's been working with him right now on. She's telling him to stay, and she's
Yes.
telling him to sit, and now she's telling him, stand next to me and I'll scratch your back.
Exactly.
That's a good command.
So, and then there's the advanced cues that they have to learn. So we basically look at who we have for applicants, what dogs we have, the dogs' personalities, the skill sets that they have, and what's needed. So it's usually a year wait. It
Wow.
might be a little longer. It could be a little shorter if we also have the perfect dog right then and there for the person that needs that dog.
Yes.
It's a very fluid kind of a
Process.
matching process.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
it's months that we work with those recipients. We work with that person for months with their dog.
I was just going to say, what is the training process? And does the handler, does the trainer of the dog also train the human who's going to be taking the dog on?
No, we
No.
we work with the advanced trainers that are, and then we also work with our training coordinator. So we have sort of another team of people that are working to get the dogs placed, and they have so many classroom hours that they have to go through to learn about dog care. Some people have never had a dog before.
Exactly.
So they don't have any idea what a dog's needs might be. And then they also, I want to say
I'm
bless
sneezing.
you. Bless you.
It's not him, believe me. It's the ragweed. I've got so many dogs in my house. You don't even want to know.
Then they have to learn all of the cues that the dog knows so
Right.
that they're saying the right word for the right thing that they want the dog to do. Then they
Right.
have to learn the handling of the dog. And then there's written things that they have to learn. So it's about 60 classroom hours that they
Wow.
have to do because we are accredited through Assistance Dogs International.
Mm-hmm.
That's the accrediting body.
Uh-huh.
And we're the only service dog organization in Kentucky that has that accreditation.
Oh,
So
amazing.
we want to have all our T's crossed, our I's dotted, and make sure that when that person gets their dog, that everything is working out well.
You notice that I'm moving things around because I want to make sure that we can see you on Facebook Live
Okay.
through these microphone stands, and it's not always easy because there's a little delay.
As long as you know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not sure if any. Well, I don't know if I know what I'm doing. Actually, that's an overstatement. No, but we do have a lot of technical stuff going on in the studio, so it's kind of fun. I mean, to be able to do this is just too much fun. I love that we've got our Ustream video and we've got our Facebook Live video, and people can see us from two angles, and they can enjoy seeing Ian the dog, and you're going to have an automatic audio recording.
That's great.
It's awesome.
It is.
Kathy
amazing.
Weisbach has made this a high-tech place, and
Yeah.
I said I'm sure that I could take over the world from here.
Maybe it might be possible.
possible.
You've got a lot of buttons there.
So look at Ian. He's smiling, and look at him. See, you can
very
see him a little bit better on YouTube right now than you can on Facebook Live. I think we're going to have to mount our phone a little bit higher for this, but he is a precious, precious dog, and I'd like to know, have you had him since he was a puppy?
No, I
I
got
mean-
him when he was about 1 year.
When he was a year. So
Right.
the person who loves puppies kept him up to that point?
Right, exactly.
Okay. What was his personality like that brought him to you? I mean, is there a match between the dog personality and the trainers, or is it just sheer luck?
Luck of the trade.
Yeah, well, you got a good one here.
I do. And he is just laid back, low maintenance. He's just a great dog.
He is a great dog. And he's 2 now, did you say?
He was 2 in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me an example in a day of where you go with Ian.
We go to Kroger's many times.
I
The
bet
doors
that's
open
exciting.
and close.
Oh,
We go
yeah.
to dinner. We go to movie. We go to restaurants. We go to training. Wherever I go, we go to temple or church, wherever your affiliation, and wherever I go, he goes with me all weekend.
Now, does he get to go out to the park? Does he get to run free anywhere?
He runs free in my house.
Oh, he does. Okay.
I have another dog at home, and they both love each other. And I have a fenced-in backyard. And
Awesome.
when he's not dressed, meaning no vest, no gentle leader, he's a real puppy.
Yeah. Crazy. Full of energy.
Yeah.
Boy, the gentle leaders are the best thing ever since
They
sliced
are.
bread, aren't they?
They are.
All 3 of
Exactly.
my dogs have worn them since they were puppies. And we went through some other, operative training things. I don't know that we would even call them training things. We tried the pinch collar, and we tried the chain, and we tried the, plain old leash, and we tried the body harness and all that stuff. And none of it worked. And I felt like all of it really interfered with the happiness of the animal. And these don't.
Well, we only use positive training methods.
Right.
And so we don't use the choke collars, pinch collars, no corrections. It's all really capturing when they're doing what we want them to do, treat for that.
Yes.
Then it's also luring them to kind of when they're starting to learn a new task or a new cue, like to sit, especially when they're really little. Lots and lots of treats. We want it to be fun. We don't want our dogs to be so subdued that they're little robots.
No, we don't want robots. We do not want dogs who are automatons.
Yeah. So we want a dog that's happy in their work. And that's another part of the matching process to think about, how that dog's going to be working with that person.
Right.
And if it's a person that is at a desk work 6 or 8 hours a day, then we need a dog that's kind of chill, like maybe like Ian, that just kind of likes to fly around and isn't.
He really is not moving much. His chin is. This kind of.
Something of the fact that that's in their breeding to go and get and bring it back, to carry objects, maybe someone's purse or bag if they have trouble holding or weight. Sometimes these dogs wear a harness to counterbalance if someone has some stability issues. They can open and close doors and drawers, get clothes out of the dryer, take off shoes and socks.
That's a crack up.
But when you
Clothes
think,
out of the dryer.
but when you think about it, that's something that you have to bend over to do.
Yes.
If you have problems with your equilibrium, or maybe it's just a tiring thing to do.
Yes.
And that they can pull the laundry basket and get the clothes out. That can really be a helpful thing.
I want you to call him over to you, Elaine, so that we can see his face for just a couple minutes, because he's doing a great job getting his treats and sniffing his trainer's treats. But can you get him to come over? Oh, carrots!
Carrots.
I love that.
Yeah,
That'll keep him trim.
Well,
won't
we
it?
have. Yes, we don't. We need to watch our weight.
Yeah,
as we all do.
All right, Ian, come on over here to Elaine.
Ian. Good boy.
He's like, what? I'm over here getting carrots.
Ian.
Yeah, now when he comes over, he's going to be able to see. We're going to be able to see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we can see his head. There we go. Here, put the carrots up here on the table so he will walk up and put his chin on the table. And then we'll be able to see. Look, he's peeking over. Now he's peeking over the table. I love it.
Ian,
I love it. He looks like Kilroy right now.
You know, technically, in a way, he knows he's not supposed to eat something off a table.
Oh,
So,
that's that.
yeah, we don't
Aunt
want-
Tara is bad. Aunt
We
Tara
don't
is
want dogs
spoiling
to counter serve, so we don't.
thousands of dollars worth of training that has
It's
gone
gone down the window when you call him over to you and he's
gone.
down in your lap.
Why don't you have him visit?
Now, who did that? Who was the one who did that? Oliver? Who got into my lap?
It might have been Oliver.
Yeah,
But
and
he's
then
a therapy dog, so see, that's
different. And then when I sat on the floor just now
Yeah.
and I called him into my lap, I also wasted $2,000 of training, or $25,000.
20,000.
20.
But
Is he
that's-
already up to 20,000?
He's going to be
Almost.
Is he?
placed soon,
Almost,
so
yeah.
we'd say 20.
I'm so sorry, Ian. I've just ruined your chances of being a successful service animal. So I want to know about this 20,000, because this is truly an astonishing number. How do we add up the dollars
Well,
in training
right.
and in care and everything else to make him a $20,000 dog?
Well, first of all, we have medical expenses
Of course.
on all of our dogs. That's can be, not as much but if you have a dog that gets sick, then that's going to be more medical expenses.
Yes.
So sometimes in those 2 years, usually something happens. But then before they're placed, they have a whole series of a medical workup that's done, blood work, x-rays, hips, elbows. We want to make sure that they're in the best health that we can know about before
Absolutely,
they're placed.
yeah.
But then we have a lot of program costs, training costs,
Sure.
and some of it's in kind, obviously. So that's a huge help. And the cost of, say, for example, Sheila takes out of her pocket as a volunteer to buy treats for the weekend to use when she's training him. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
costs involved there. That we can go into that money, gas going back and forth.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
this a lot of it's in kind, or the volunteers doing things.
So much.
So much.
We're going to talk more about that with Elaine Weisberg.
There isn't Elaine Weinberg, so we need to make sure.
Elaine Weisberg and Sheila Abramson Miles with Ian the dog coming up in just a second. I'm going to give you a little break here so we can regroup on our pictures, because I want to get a better shot somehow of Ian the dog. Let's play a little Crunchy Groove Machine. This is fun. Sugar Grass from the 2015 album. Crescent Hill Radio.